Yeah, shame-free life.
Shalom and blessings to your family. Peace to you. I hope you're doing well. This is Ronald Zion. If you haven't yet subscribed to the Shame-Free Life channel, click that subscribe button below and join the Shame-Free Life movement. And if any of the contents have been a blessing to you, definitely like the contents and share with someone else. I just want to talk to you just for a couple of brief moments before I transition. That's a perfect segue because that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Transitions. I'm not really sure where you are right now in your life. If you are in a place of transition, then you're not alone. Transition is real. As a matter of fact, I know we have 4 seasons. We have winter, spring, summer, and fall. But transition can seem like a season in and of itself. How long will I be in transition? I don't like being where I am in this place in transition. Hell, it seems like I've been in transition for a long time. Transition can seem like a season, so you're definitely not alone. You know, transition means that it's a place or a shift from one place to the next. While the transition may seem like a season, but it's leading you to another season. And oftentimes we don't know where that season is. But we're hoping and we're praying that that season is much better than being in this transitional season to get us there. You know, it kind of reminds me of the story in the Gospel of Yeshua when he was sitting in a temple and he was watching everyone one by one giving their offering, placing their offering in the basket, the box, or the canister, whatever it was. And he was watching some people giving some big time money. I can only imagine a lot of, money was given. I mean, just huge sums of money. But then he saw this poor widow that caught his attention. And she walked up and gave what she had. It was just 2 coins, 2 mites. And I took the liberty to find out exactly what this meant. And so those 2 mites, of course, it was the Roman currency because Rome had conquered Israel. And whenever a country conquers another country, it changes its customs, its laws, the money system, everything to be subjugated to the conqueror. So the mites were equivalent to 1/64th of a denarius. So the theologians, they tend to think that those 2 little coins that the poor widow dropped in that box was equivalent to $2. Now, how in the world can $2 compete with hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars that people were giving before her? But she still gave her $2. Yeshua called his disciples over and said, hey, listen, y'all see this? Check this out. This woman here, this poor widow, she has given more than these big ballers, than these shot callers, than these ones who have secured the bag, got the bag, and they're sharing the bag. And I can only imagine the disciples are looking at Yeshua like he's crazy. What are you talking about? This woman is broke as a joke. She only has 2 coins to rub together, and she gave those in the offering. She has nothing. How can she compete with these shot callers? He said something profound. He says that these people, they gave out of their abundance or their surplus, their excessiveness. They have more. They have more money in the bank. She doesn't. She gave all that she had, but she gave all that they ever had. I want to talk to you about transitions. transitions. I can only imagine this widow, right? She's given all that she has. And there was no competition in giving because she would have lost. All she'd had was 2 little coins, 2 mites, compared to the hundreds and thousands of dollars that individuals before her were just parading around and dropping it in the bucket. But she caught the attention of the Messiah. They didn't, but she did. Isn't it interesting how people can, and we see it all the time in social media, everybody, taking themselves, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm here, I'm there, I'm in Rome, I'm here. Hey, listen, I'm in Brazil. Hey, I'm living my best life. And we look at them like, man, I wish I can do that. But we don't know how they are actually living. Are you really in Brazil? Are you in Charleston, South Carolina, fronting like you in a foreign land? I don't know. Could be. But we gauge where we are as opposed to where we should be by looking at other people's lives. But the widow didn't do that. She gave her livelihood. When she dropped those 2 coins, $2 little, into that offering, she didn't have a checking account. She didn't have a savings account that she could draw from. She didn't have any stocks or bonds that she could liquidate. She didn't have any investments in elaborate financial portfolio, real estate. She had nothing to fall back on. They did. So the money that they were dropping in the offering, they had more waiting on them in the bank. She had nothing. But what she did have was love. And she had faith. It kind of reminded me also, in the gospel, Yeshua told his disciples, he said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can speak to any mountain and that mountain will be moved. Now that seems impossible because I don't know if you've ever seen a mustard seed. I have one time. It's very small. It's about the size, in my opinion, of a stick pin. A pin, the very head of the pin, it's about that size. So you telling me something as small as that can move something the size of Mount Everest or the Fuji Mountains? So here we see, in one instance, the huge sums of money, like mountains of money, that these people were given. Now follow me. And we see the small, insignificant 2 little coins that this poor widow had, and she gave. And on the other end, we see this huge Mount Everest or Fuji mountain that can be moved by something as small as a mustard seed of faith that's comparable to the small 2 mites that poor widow gave. If in this transition, if your faith is as small as that mustard seed, you can move that impossibility. Just as the widow, the poor widow with the 2 small mites, she didn't move the reality of the big ballers and shot callers' money. But what she did, she caught the attention, which was more excessive and bigger than the money. She caught the attention of the Messiah. Oftentimes we think that we're not enough in transitions. We think that we begin to look at what we lost. We begin to look at what other people have. We begin to look at how we thought that we would have been further in our lives, certain choices that we have made in our lives, and we live in a perpetual state of regret, and we begin to rehash and replay that on the screen of our own minds. So we find ourselves frozen in time, paralyzed in the prison of our past during the time of transition, a place where it's lonely, a place where we just don't understand where we are, a place in waiting. You may feel like you're in a holding pattern, waiting to now be transitioned out of this particular season into another particular season that's better than where you are or where you have been. Transition. It was the widow that caught the attention of the Messiah. And don't you realize that in this day and time in 2023, that the greatest wealth that you have, the greatest form of currency is your attention. There is a battle for our attention. And that mountain of money that the shot callers gave did not catch the attention. The Messiah himself, Yeshua, paid the widow attention. As she gave all that she had, he gave her what he had. The pricelessness of his attention. In the time of this transition, it's very important that we be very aware of where we place our attention. Don't worry about those around you that may seem that they are light years beyond you, financially, spiritually, otherwise. Because where you are right now in this place, as barren and lonely as you feel, if your faith can match that of a mustard seed, it is enough to propel you to your next level. Because it's the small things that move God, not the big things. We got this thing twisted. We're told that, hey, listen, it's all about what you have and securing this. And I'm not saying to live beneath your privilege, because I'm not going to. But what if what you have on the inside is all that you need to move a mountain, to split an impossibility of a Red Sea, to cross over, to transition into your promised land? What if what you already have is more than enough? You don't need to be like the next man or woman. You don't need to imitate the next man or woman, because what you have and who you are is more than enough. And what the widow, the poor widow, had, 2 little coins, 2 little mites, was more than enough. So much more, so much so that she moved the meter of the Most High. She shook the very kingdom of the Most High. She caught the attention of the Most High. While all eyes were fixated on the big ballers and shot callers and everybody out there, doing their thing, and man, they flashing this and flashing that. I'm living my best life. God wasn't even impressed. You ain't living a nickel's worth of dog meat. You think you living your best life. My eyes is on her, on him. His eyes are on you. Because out of you is more than enough. He can take that and multiply it into plenty. So just when you think that you don't have enough, you have more than enough. If this has been a blessing to you, by all means, subscribe to the Shame Free Life channel. Like it, share it with someone else. And as I always say, and I will continue to say, that your precious life, little mustard seed, it begins when you say so. Until next time, shalom and blessings. Peace to you. Love you to life. Shame free.
Yeah, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life. Yeah. Shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life, shame-free life.